Hello there, Checkmate here, and welcome to episode 8 of our Let's Play Kerbal Space Program series. In the last 2 episodes, I've spent a little time just grinding out some contracts, getting us some money up, upgraded some facilities, because today we want to go to the moon. And it's going to be just an orbit, but it will be a crewed orbit of the moon. It's one of our conditions for victory. As you can see, I have about 1.1 million now, and that includes, I've already upgraded the VAB, so we now have a level 2 VAB, so we can use up to 255 parts. So that is a big deal because we've been just trying to scrape things together to keep it under 30 part count. I just want to go ahead and show you, these are contracts that I still have to work on, but I did all of these off camera. It's quite a bit of contracts. Had a couple of interesting ones come up that I went ahead and accepted. And I made separate videos. I'm not going to include them in this series, but I will leave a link in the description down below if you want to watch those. But we got these contracts to insert a satellite, position satellite in specific orbit. So I got those 2, and then they had 2 more to position around the moon. So we have 2 satellites around the moon now, and those will come in handy when we get ready to do our relay, our comm relay network around the moon. We already have 2 satellites there that we can work with. But yeah, these were pretty good contracts, pretty good money, so I had to take those, and they really weren't that hard to do. So if you want to see how I did those, just check the link in the description below and check out those. I'm not going to put them in this series, but they are part of this game. But enough of that. Today we want to go to the moon, and it's going to be a crewed mission. So we're just going to take 1 pilot, and I want to take 3 science juniors with us. And I got to see if we can build something to get all this stuff off the ground. But for starters, make sure we have our return vehicle here with a heat shield and parachute. The reason I want to do 3 science juniors is because when we get into high orbit around Kerbin, we'll be able to do 1 there, and then we'll be able to do 1 when we're in high orbit around the moon, and then when we come in low to the moon, we'll be able to do 1 there as well. I want to knock those out on this trip because on our next trip to the moon, when we go back, we're going to go to land, and I would like to just land with only 1 science junior, because we want to take 1 to the surface with us, but I don't want a big tall stack to try to land on the moon. So I want to get as much of it done on this trip as we can, so that our next trip we have a higher chance for success. But these will not be returning with us, so we're going to put a decoupler here. Ooh. There we go, didn't like that. It's because I don't have the lock turned on. And I'm debating if I want to do a service bay to put the other science in. Yeah, let's try it. We put one of these service bays on here. Inside here we can put some of our other science, because we need to take mystery goo. Well, actually, yeah, we can do that, because this is going to be we're going to have a crew with us so they can get out and collect the data. So I'm going to stick one of these in here. This gives us something to attach to. Alright, let's start with mystery goo. I want to do 3 of these. never like how these attach. Probably have to shift those in. Yeah, I need to shift that last one in. Just put it out. Move that in a little bit. I'll just go ahead and move. That one in. And that one in. Oh, too far. Okay, that's the mystery goo. Where can we put? I'd like to do just 3 of these so I don't have to collect the data each time before I take my next reading. We need 3 of these. So put 1 here, 1 here. Now I have not planned any of this yet, so we'll see how this goes on the fly here. Wish I could get that other thermometer on this side. I probably can. If I take this and turn it. So that's 3 thermometers, 3 barometers, 3 mystery goos. And we're going to do 3 of these. I hope this will fly. We're just going to have to get everything balanced. So that's our science. We need to think about getting some power. I could really use another bay just for power. Wonder how that would look if we had a second bay. That one there, put that one there. Inside here, I can do a reaction wheel, and then a couple of these round batteries, maybe. It's getting pretty tall, and we don't have a single first bit of propulsion on it yet. So I hope I'm not being a little overzealous here, but let's grab a couple of solar panels on each side, like that. And I'm going to set up a control group for all these. Guess I can go ahead and do that now. So custom number 1. See, I have an extra thermometer on this side here I need to get rid of. So I go left to right, we'll do the mystery goo. And the top one of these, conduct material survey. If I'm going left to right, we would have this barometer, this thermometer, and a crew report. Button 2, left to right, so it's going to be this one. Second one of these. This one. thermometer, and a crew report. And then button 3, this goo, and this barometer, and this one, and crew report. Okay. Now I would like to put some lights in here because it gets dark in space. Do I even have any lights? I should have some lights. There we go. These little dome lights work pretty good. So I can get 4 of them here. And put 4 of them here. Okay, so all the lights will come on with the light hotkey, which is on my setup is U. Alright, so that's that. Let's slide these panels in a little bit. Okay. Now, talking about delta V. So we need 34 minimum to get to orbit. We need 860 minimum to get an encounter with the moon. And we need 310 to get an orbit with the moon. So if we take this section here, if we can give this one enough delta V to get it capture the orbit, what would we need for that? Could we do this with a Terrier in a vacuum? It's 512, so that would be enough. So that could be a 3rd stage. If we get an encounter with the moon, this should be enough. 512 should be enough to get an orbit. So let's call that the 3rd stage. Alright, and then we need a 2nd stage. Let's just see, what does 4 of these look like? Wish we had some bigger engines already. I'll have to use this Reliant because we're gonna need. You know what we'll probably need to do? Of course, I haven't unlocked the gas lines yet. I was gonna say it would be nice if we could have a liquid boosters and have them all do the asparagus staging where we could have all 3 of them firing together. I don't know though, this has pretty good thrust. Well, not for a 2nd stage. I guess it does if you look at it's 1.77 in a vacuum. That's better. I'm looking for about 4,700. Not counting this final stage here. What I'm going to do is turn this fuel here off so it doesn't count that. So at this point we have 2279. Now we may want to do like 6 rockets, 6 solid rockets. So let's go here, let's put 6 of these wings on. Give me 6 decouplers. And give me 6 solid rocket boosters. Before I get too far along here, I'm going to put a reaction wheel right there. Oh, it's not going to, there we go. I'd like to be able to get to that and slide it up. Just think we need that reaction wheel on the bottom, especially we're not going to have this gimbling, so all right. Now we'll have to play with this staging. So what I'm thinking is we'll have 4 burn and 4 separate, and then we'll have two more, and then we'll go to the 3rd stage. Because we're currently at 43.59. We need about 47. So let's see what staging these will do. Go and get some aerodynamics on these before, so that way we're counting that weight. Alright, so we separate these from symmetry. You have to remove the couplings as well. So let's look at, I'm going to leave this top and bottom for my 2nd stage, so I want these 4, the 2 on the left and the 2 on the right are going to burn first, so we'll move the top and the bottom ones up. And then I need the top and bottom couplings to move up. Well, let's do this first. Let's get this out of the way. This one will be up here with that. That's 4650 in a vacuum. It's pretty close. I allowed 10%. additional. So we can try this and see if it gets into orbit. We just have to be real efficient with the launch. So let's go through this staging again. So we're going to have these 4 first, and then those 4 separate, and these 2 fire, and then those separate, and the 3rd stage kicks in. So this one down below, and then hopefully that would get us to our encounter. We can blow that section, and this would get us our orbit. But we've got to come back because we have there's a I've got to have enough delta V to return. That's going to mess everything up. Get in here and grab this right below that tank and see what it would do if we put one of the big tanks on here for that stage. Or to have a engine. Oh, I turned that symmetry off, that's why it wouldn't let me put them all on together. Alright, what did that do for us? That gives us a lot more up top. So this might work. So if we're only using, if we use this last stage to both get our encounter, get our capture, and our deorbit, that'd be 860 plus 310 plus 310. I would need 1480 to do all that. And we have about that much plus 10% more. So that means these 3 stages only have to get us into orbit. And that's 1, 2, 38, 39. I think that's enough. This is in a vacuum. That's going to be 5672. If I subtract that top stage of 1624, we have 4048. So that's enough to get into orbit, as long as we have enough thrust on all the stages. So let's check that. So first of all, let's make sure that our sequencing didn't get messed up. So all the thrusters are in the right place. All the decouplers are in the right place. Third stage is in the right place. Decouples there. And then that takes us to get our encounter, our orbit, and our return home. So the first stage has 2.05. Well, let's put this on sea level. Okay. So we have 1.71 and 1.77. And this third stage would be pretty close to atmosphere, or pretty close to space at that point. So the vacuum, 1.83. Man, I think this will work. What am I forgetting? Do I need an antenna? I'm not transmitting any science, so I shouldn't need an antenna. But we'll put one on there just to have it. Don't need that many. Just gonna put one. I'll put it down here. Go there. Let's put it there then. Make sure nothing's blocking the door, because I will have to get out and collect all this science. So, alright, let's name this Moon Orbiter 1. Just double check the engineer's report and use monopropellant. That's the only thing it's coming up with. We can fix that. Alright, let's give this a shot. I guess I should look at my thrust to weight ratios and all that, or my lift to center of mass. That looks good there. I don't know what that second stage is going to look like. We have 6 fins on the back and two reaction wheels, so we're going to give this a try. I make no promises. I didn't think about any supports. I'm glad we didn't need them. Throttle up, SAS on. Jebediah, we have a pilot in the seat. And 3, 2, 1, blast off. Ooh, I probably should have put some bracing on this too. So I better start trying to tilt this thing over a little bit. I'm just going to stick that on pro grade right there and just let him drive. Hopefully he can. Well, he doesn't seem to be driving. We're just going straight up. Those reaction wheels aren't doing much. Maybe once we get to the second stage, we can do better. Oh, I'm worried. We'll blow those. Alright, let's blow that one. I'm gonna have to abort here. This doesn't fly very well at all. There goes that stage. I really should have done an abort sequence on this. Well, that's disappointing. I hope this stuff doesn't land on our complex and destroy my brand new building that I just paid money for. I do see shadows coming down all around us. It's raining debris. This does sound like some of it went out to the water. Okay, everything landed safely and did not hit our space complex. Alright, well, that was disappointing. I think the answer is we're just trying to take too much science in one go. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board here. It's going to take one science junior. Just didn't seem like I had much control. Add another reaction wheel, maybe here. Then let's get some of these. Let's do each one individually. It's not going to look the best. Trying to put them all more or less in the same spot and got a little high. So these will prevent that wobble that we saw on takeoff. I also noticed when we did that separation that it took out one of my second stage rockets. So I don't know if these will help with that. Alright, I'm going to set up an abort sequence here. So if I hit the abort button, I want this decoupler I want to decouple here. I want to deploy the chute. I want to kill throttle. And then I want to separate. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to separate. That's not working from there. I can't select these. Yeah, I can. I need to decouple that. decouple that. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now, if I have that happen again, I can just hit my backspace and it will trigger the abort sequence and all of these. So everything will decouple and separate, engines will shut down, and my parachute will deploy. I don't have one of those little nose cone rockets that's supposed to pull the pod out of danger. I don't have one of those, so this is the best we can do. So I'm going to save that and give it another shot. Throttle up, SAS on, and lift off. So that was a much stabler liftoff, at least. Try to start leaning over. Okay, I have some control now, a little bit. So I'm thinking if I can get it over here to prograde lock like that, maybe this will work. So our next big hurdle is going to be when we blow these 4 solid boosters. Is it going to take out that other one? One thing I can try to do, maybe if I rotate this way. Just barely. So that cleared. I'm going to swing this back because I need to stay on a 90-degree vector or heading so that we're in line with the moon. We really need to be getting over some more here. My Apple Apps is already 60. So this is going to sling us way up into space. I'm going to go ahead and cut that engine for now. So we have plenty of Delta V. Well, I still got to get an orbit, but there's a strange liftoff there. I think we can make it. I'm starting to wonder if we could have made it with a second Science Junior on there. Having that third reaction wheel seems to have really helped. And there's the music. We are in space. And I'm going to go ahead and swing this around. Get ready to start doing our orbit burn. Those reaction wheels are kind of fighting each other, I think. So we've got a weird bounce to it. Electric charge is pretty good. Where's the sun? I don't want to see it. I was going to turn my panels to the sun. We better start burning here. We have a high apoapsis, but that's okay. Main thing, we're pretty close to a 90-degree heading. see if I can make that a little better. It would be nice if we had some of this left to help do part of the burn towards the moon. But even if we don't, I think we have plenty on this upper stage to get us there and back. We have a positive periapsis now. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab the orbit. I'm not going to worry too much about getting it circular because we're going to be leaving soon anyway. Let's stop there. Alright, let's see if we can get our moon encounter. Now that we're in orbit. There's the moon. Set it as a target. And I'm thinking if let's make us a maneuver. What is this? What is this? Fast forwarding. What just happened here? Why am I'm burning? I must have accidentally hit the throttle. It's not what I meant to do. Okay, new plan. Let's put a marker at the apoapsis. So if we can go backwards, does that get us closer? Alright, that's not a good one. So if we burn prograde a little bit here. It'll be 45 kilometers. Should get us close to the moon. That's 842. We had budgeted 860, so we're under budget. So that's good. So I like that. That's a burn in 10 minutes. use up the rest of our first stage and get into that second stage. It's going to be kind of a long burn, but it's because that second stage, or that Terrier engine, is a low thrust. But I'm fine with that. So let's go ahead and get on our maneuver marker. Batteries are looking good. We do have the sun's coming around, so we're going to want to be spinning, I think, this way to get those panels facing us. Oh, there it is, right there. Duh. Just that big bright ball in the sky. Alright. Get on my marker here. Alright. Let's fast forward to our maneuver. And shoot for the moon. There it is. Alrighty. Coming up in about 20 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one, mark. And we're off. Separate and go to the next stage, and I'm going to swap my map view over. If I could get that, if I could keep that around 17 to 15, that would be great. Kind of veering off our marker here a little bit, so we can get back on it. I'll start throttling down here in just a few seconds. Throttle down so we don't overshoot it. Actually have to come around this way. And 13, 20. I'll take 20. 20 will work just fine. Outstanding. So we have 1065 Delta V left. We're going to need 310 to get a capture and 310 to return home. So that'll leave us a few hundred in the bank. Now, before we warp out there, we are in high. Well, no, we're not. Before I leave Kerbin's sphere of influence, I guess I'll go ahead and grab that first material. Oh, dang it, I keep doing that. Let's see, what was that? Probably a pro grade. If I go retrograde, will that pull it back? We're not going to get home if I keep wasting Delta V. Just accidentally bumped that button. And that was too much. Now we're scooping up dust on our way. That's why we want to bring a little extra with us when we do these. So anyway, what I was saying, I want to go ahead, I'm going to warp out to about right here and take that high above Kerbin orbit. One of the first while in space high over Kerbin. So that's some pretty good science there. That's 30, well, 6, 14, 9, 12. And we'll do a crew report from out here. Overwrite. Oh, I guess it just did it. So the other thing, we want to do an EVA and turn on some lights. And I gotta get out here. I'm gonna have to I always hate spacewalking. Collect that data. And store it. And so we need to open this. Those lights should be on too. Why are those lights not on? Collect, and I gotta go to the bottom and get the other. Take data. We went left or right, so this should be. I should have. A pressure that I can take. So I'm not close enough. Ugh, I hate spacewalking. Take that. There. Ah, just missed it. Okay, there we go. I got them all now. If I can store it. And I don't know if I did an EVA report. Let's close that. Close that. Grab board. Alright. Now we can head on out to our encounter. Which is here. That's the escape, so we want to warp to here. Electric charge is good. So I'm going to go ahead and warp to that. And we're in the sphere of influence of the moon now. Electric charge is good. I'm going to set up my maneuver, but before we do this, we're going to grab some more science. So I need to burn retrograde just enough to capture. Because I'm only, that's going to take 76. I just want to be real conservative with my delta V. Alright, so I can press button 2. get, at least we can get the mystery goo, the temperature, and the materials. So I'm going to open this door here. And we got to do the scary walk again. So EVA. Let it go. Oh, I keep going the wrong way. This is why I hate these things. The rule is never panic. Can I get that goo? Let's back off and go down. Go forward. If I can get up in here. Take data. Did I get that? Can I turn on delicate controls with this? So take data. Store. EVA report. Store that. I think I got everything, so I'm going to close this back. If I thought about it, I would have put this up here, because I can collect everything from the command module. Shoot. Grab. Board. So now we can get over to the moon. So make sure those panels are pointing where we want them. Well, we got to get on our maneuver node, so actually it's not going to matter. Charge looking pretty good. Alright, turn the lights off for now. Take one more look at what we're trying to do. So we're going to be coming in retrograde, I guess, but that's okay. So we're going to have a 4-second burn. Maybe we'll adjust the thrust to get that a little bit longer of a burn. So we can be a little more exact with it. And go ahead and warp to the maneuver node. We're still on target. I've always had trouble with the spacewalks. I don't know what it is, but... And burn. Just looking for an orbit right now. Get a little more. We got a pretty low periapsis here. I think 12 will be fine. I'm not sure what the highest point on the moon is, or if I can stretch my periapsis out a little bit there. No, it's not really doing it. Well, I think 12 kilometers is fine. Because I can't really affect it from here. We're right here at it already, so let's get that third set of science. I'm doing the EVA report. Store that. And since this is not coming home with us, I have to collect this also. It's weird when I have the doors closed. Oh, I see what it is. I need to be inside and then hit the lights. That did it. That's how close I can get. No, I can't get it from here. I really did not set this up well for myself. Let's get rid of this nav ball. Okay, that's... Just don't know which one of these is the third one. So that one had data for me to take. I got one from the thermometer. Can reach that mystery goo from here. So we're back high over the moon, it says. Okay. Alright, let's close this up and start thinking about heading home. I could hang around out here and collect data. I could collect EVA reports over the different biomes, but because we're in such a high orbit, I could afford to burn down so one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a maneuver. Let's go ahead and do that. While we're here, let's get a little more science. At my apoapsis, let's burn a little bit and get a little more room for comfort here. Because we have plenty of delta V. We haven't been getting much science lately because it's all been about contracts and I do need to look at my orientation. Because our batteries are dying. Let's get a little electric charge back before we get. It's not really charging much. And I got a burn coming up here. But we'll do the burn and then I'll reorient and let the batteries charge. I just want to get off of that surface just a little bit. It's not going to take much. Alright, that's 19. Now I need to reposition. And get ourselves a little bit of charge. Thought those two panels would charge faster than this. Guess it doesn't help that I have the lights all burning. So while that's doing that, let's set up this maneuver. If we add a maneuver here and burn retrograde, we could pull our orbit on down. (19 by 19), and then we can grab some more of these features on the moon for a little more science. So I'm going to manually fast forward and watch my charge as we do it. Because as we're flying through space here, we're still pointing at the sun. Get those batteries back full. Alright, now I can just warp to our maneuver node here. So it'll be a 22-second burn. Alright, just correct our attitude a little bit here. Get ready to do this burn. And we're looking for about 19.5 on this number here. Charge is still good on the batteries. Speed up time just a little bit. Okay. And burn. I said 19.5 on this number. I didn't use much delta V at all. Stop. 19.9, I can live with that. So we're 19 by 19 on the moon. Let's see if we can get some EVA reports. So here, above this crater, east crater, we'll take that, store it. That's from here, so that was this one. So I'll board back up and get out of this area a little bit. So we have East Crater. See if we get something here. Highlands, take it. Store it. So I'll just fast forward to about right here. So we have East Crater and Highlands at the moment. Midlands. I guess we already have Midlands. So we have East Crater, Highlands, and Midlands. North Crater, that's new. Midlands. See where we're at. I'd like to get over this area. Let's go about midway, check this, and we get over this area here. Because I think this is going to be, I may have already got that. Lowlands, take that. Far side crater. Alright, that might be it. Because I got this, let's go about right here. This looks a little different, maybe it's something. I have that. Alright, I think that's going to be about all we're going to get there. So let's start thinking about heading home. Now I can burn. If I add a maneuver in, I burn prograde here. Or do I want to burn retrograde here? No, we don't want to do that. All we gotta do is hit. This needs to just hit the atmosphere of Kerbin. Right there. So if we do that, we'll return Kerbin's atmosphere. That's in 37 minutes. Let's go ahead and get lined up on that. I could probably turn my thrust back up a little. Alright, let's warp to that mark and burn home. Batteries look good. Be a 19-second burn. It says it's going to take about 300 delta V. We have a little over 700. Just need to get it down into the atmosphere, right about there. Perfect. Alright, we're off. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. Make sure I know which way we're going. I think we're going this way. Taking off the moons. Okay, we're going this way. So we want to just warp to here. And we're going to be hauling butt when we hit that atmosphere, but it should be fine. Go ahead and warp here. I just got to get up close enough, and then I'll eject the booster set or our third stage. There's home. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and separate this last section. Go into retrograde, and let's just fast forward. Hang on, Jed. So we're moving 3,100 meters per second. That's pretty fast. Turn off the SAS and just let the aerodynamics float us in. Heat shield's holding. No worries. And nice little touchdown into the ocean. So we did it. We've sent Kerbals to the moon. It was an orbit. It wasn't a landing yet, but we'll get there. Curious to see how much science we got off of that. And touchdown. And mark the time. It is year 1, day 21, hour 4, minute 20 or 49. I will update the spreadsheet for that so we have a record of it. And what does Science Fairy bring us? 334. Not bad, not bad. Wish we could have got more, wish we could have got the Science Juniors up there, but it didn't work out. But at least it was a successful trip. We probably got some reward money for that as a first. Let's see. World first milestone. Spacewalk and orbit of the moon. We got 15.6. 26 for the flyby. And returning home from the moon. So we got a little bit of cash for that. So we're up to almost 1.4 million. I'll probably go ahead and upgrade. Let's just go ahead and do that. I'll upgrade the R&D. And good deal. I think I want to do the tracking too, but I'm going to think about that. I don't want to just spend our money before we need it. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you want to keep following my progress, don't forget to throw me a like and a subscribe. And we will see you in episode 9. Thanks for watching.